Hi. Welcome to the first episode of Liberland and Georgia. My name is Sam, and I'm the official representative of Liberland here in Georgia, in the country. I wanted to make a podcast about our connection of Liberland and Georgia. Why? Because I believe that Liberland and Georgia share the same values. And to me, the value, and not only to me, but the value of Liberland is a freedom. And I see that Georgian people also want to fight for their freedoms. I would like to, at first, to thank to the Franklin Club, which is an association that connects and educates about classic liberal values and connects people from all around the world who share these values. They organize seminars and help to share the awareness about this education. Okay, thank you again, guys. Thanks to them, we could organize all this podcast and shoot it, and I hope that it will bring something to you as well. So first, what is Liberland? Liberland is a sovereign country that lays between Croatia and Serbia. Here you can see the map. Serbia, Croatia, Liberland. How did all this begin? Well, and how it happened that it came to existence. So the president of Liberland decided to found it in April 2015. But before it, well, he used to work in Czech politician scene for 10 years. He really wanted to make a change. But then he realized that you cannot really connect or have that many people in one country who share the same value of freedom, who really want the freedom. You know, many people will say, yeah, I want freedom, I care about it, but at the same time, they do not really live it. They do not really trust. They do not really do anything for it. And so after 10 years of being very active and trying to make a change in the Czech Republic, where he comes from, and me as well, he decided that the best will be to found his own country, Liberland. Why? Because he noticed that all around the world there are people who share the value of freedom, but there's never like one country where there would be 100 of such people. And because of the official rule and international law, so he found La Terra Nulla, which is the no man's land. It means that there's a land, physical land on Earth that doesn't belong to any country. And based on the international law and international agreement from Montevideo in 1933, you can, based on this, you can just you can find such a land and you can create your own country if you're meeting 4 conditions. First is a defined territory, which is the one that you can see here. Second is the population, and Liberland has a population. I will just share it in a minute. Then you need to have a government, which consists from Georgian citizens, those who were voted for, and it's very flat. Second, and the fourth thing is that you need to have the capacity to have the international connections. And as you can see me here in Georgia, we have international connections. So in April 2015, very shortly, yes, Vizilechka came to the land and said, this is going to be Liberland. And this is how it came to existence. Since then, we got hundreds of thousands of followers who love the idea and who follow it. There are thousands of people who became the residents. You can become one too. And there are hundreds of people who became also the citizens of Liberland. It's a shame that I didn't bring my residency card here, but I will share it next time with you. Anyway, how did this happen? So people from all around the world realized that someone really brought to existence this kind of thought concept of like, can libertarians really create a country of their own? And they made it happen, really. So you have a real constitution that stands for the freedom of people and for their rights of freedom, and that cannot be changed just like that. You have to get the voting right, you get merit. That thanks to them you can vote. We are currently working intensively on the system to connect these merits to the blockchain technology so that it cannot be altered, as you may heard about many elections that might be altered. And yeah, just we really created the country for people. And what I love the most, and what I find the most freedom about, is that if people wouldn't like the country, you know, they don't have to participate, they don't have to associate themselves with the country, which is the problem of the overall nation-state propaganda around all the world. So this is how Liberland came to existence, and you can visit it even if you want to. I'll be sharing more tourism-based information later in the next episodes. And since then, we have already representations in almost around 100 countries around the whole world. So you can contact the nearest representative of Liberland and ask about what do they do, if they organize any events, because the events of Liberland and they connect the community of people, and all those people are, first of all, really interesting, or at least to me, and they're like-minded. So at least you share the same values and similar education or so on. I visited Liberland myself this summer, 2022, and it was an incredible opportunity to meet other like-minded people from all around the world. I was sharing the boat with a guy from Hong Kong and another guy from Britain, and you know, it's around sharing experiences as well, and getting or broadening our own world understanding, which is also why I wanted to create this podcast. I wanted to share and broaden the perspective of people who will be watching this, so I hope that it will come to effect. And I wanted to share quickly my story about how I decided to become the representative of Liberland to Georgia, and where did it started. We don't have to cut this. I like it. Yeah. You know, it's natural. It's me. Okay. Well, about a year ago, my friend Pavel Luptak, who you will see in the next episode, he showed me that he has a Liberland passport. He's one of the guys who was around the project from the very beginning. He helped partly, if I remember well, with the security, and because he's an IT security guy, and he supported the project. He interconnected other intellectuals with the project, and he introduced me this country. I was like, wow, wow, wow. So you tell me that libertarians created their own country? That's truly interesting. And I love the idea, and then I said, okay, I want to support it at least a bit, and I like that, you know, they made this to happen, to exist. So I ordered a residency card myself, and I got my card. And with that, I got a little brochure which was showing the history of Liberland, the ideas, the values, and what they are currently working on. And also I got a little flag. And I thought, oh, well, this is so beautiful, but where's any representative here in Georgia? And so I was brave enough to ask for like whether they would be interested in me being the representative of Liberland here in Georgia. I moved myself to Georgia about 2 years ago. I wanted to come to the country for about 7 years, and I had a dream that, okay, wow, Georgia, if this is real, I want to live there, you know, because I've heard that the nature is amazing, the food is amazing, people are welcoming and nice. It's not really everywhere in the world. It has mountains, it has seaside, good weather, local products, and I was thinking, oh, well, I really want to visit it. But most people were telling me that it's not a good idea to visit it alone because I'm a solo traveler. It means that I travel alone around the world. And I was a bit scared because everyone was telling me that Georgian men really like women, you know, and that I realized that they mean it in a good, that actually it's meant in the good way, because I find Georgian men very respectful to women, and it's a really untraditional, I would say, approach, sadly. So anyway, in 2020, when there was lockdown, COVID period, so I was thinking that, well, it doesn't really matter whether I will sitting in a flat in Prague in the city center or if I will sit elsewhere. Back then I had 2 jobs that I did remotely, and then I was also studying online. And so I realized that it will be just, it won't really make any difference. And I literally packed my things into 1 luggage and requested digital nomad visa in Georgia, because Georgia was closed as a country, and I moved in. And since then, like for the past 2 years, I feel like I'm falling in love into the country more and more. It's like when you really have a lover that you love and you enjoy. I'm all the time surprised by the beautiful sunny days, the shadows, everything, the architecture, people, how they are kind, and despite like some people living very poorly, they are so welcoming and kind to other people, to tourists. I have really never experienced anything like this anywhere else, and I'm incredibly grateful for Georgia for being such a country as it is, and for being sovereign, and for people being bold to really fight for having this sovereignty. And so, because I enjoy Georgia and I know that I really want to be here and I'm grateful to it, so besides I try to share the awareness about it myself, so I realized that it shares the same value with Liberland. And so I know I want to stay here, and that I want to connect to Liberland if I can. If you think that there's anything we could do together as Georgian side and Liberland side, or if you think that we might have some connections that would be helpful to you, please do not hesitate to contact me at georgia@liberland.org, or you can also connect to me directly on Facebook or on other social media. And see you at the next episode. Let me know if you get something from it, or if you have any questions related to Liberland in the comments, and I'll be happy to see you next time. Cheers!